Good morning, students. For 7th standard, today for this week, we are going to see about the grammar portion. The grammar portion is the sentence. Okay, so when we start with the grammar in English, we have to know what is a sentence. So, sentence is very basic and it is important for learning and writing the English in a proper manner. So first we will see the definition of a sentence. A sentence is a grammatically complete idea. Okay, which means grammatically a sentence will give a complete sense and it will be completed in a particular sentence. So here we have to remember a term called syntax. Syntax means grammatical order. That is, we call it as ordering of language. So the ordering of language is called as syntax, which in turn will form the sentence. So that is the basic idea of a sentence. Now we will see what are the two parts of a sentence. The first part will be the subject part and the second part will be the verb part. So we all know what is a subject. A subject is usually a noun or a pronoun. Okay, we all know a noun is a name, place, animals and things. And a verb means action. Okay, the two parts are subject and verb. Without the subject and the verb, we cannot form the sentence. So now we will see a small example. The big dog licked my face. Okay, the big dog licked my face. So the big dog here, it is a subject. Licked means it is a verb. It is doing an action. So it is a verb. And my face, okay, that is licked my face is called as your predicate part. So as I told you, in a sentence, we always have a subject and a predicate. Okay, here the big dog is the subject. Licked my face is called as predicate. So in that predicate, the verb licked will be present. And we will see a second example. Pick up the pen. Okay, so this is also a sentence. Pick up the pen. Here, picking up will be the verb, that is the action, and the pen, pick up the pen will be the predicate part. Here, if you see, we don't have the subject part. So, indirectly, it means that you have to pick up the pen. So, indirectly, there is that the sentence indicates that we have to pick up the pen. You have to pick up the pen. So instead we can, without the subject, only with the predicate, we also can form the sentence. Okay. So this is all about your sentence part. Now we will see the types of sentences. So there are 4 types of sentences. 1 is declarative, 2 is imperative, 3 is interrogative, and the 4th one is exclamatory. Okay, these are the 4 different types of sentences. So now I will tell you few keywords to remember what are the types of sentences. I don't want to explain a long definition for these types of sentences. So I will give you a keyword for each type so that you can remember only the keywords that has been given for each type of sentences. So the first one, declaration means, declarative means it is a statement. Okay, you can remember the word statement. Declarative means statement. That is the sentence which gives only the statements without any expressions. Okay, and the second one, imperative. Imperative, it will be like a command a request, or an order. Okay, we may choose among these different terms. One is it may be command, or it may be request, or it may be an order. These three things will come under your imperative. And the third one is interrogative. Interrogative is nothing but asking a question. So whenever you ask a question, that particular sentence will belong to the interrogative sentence. And the fourth type is exclamatory. So the exclamatory means the sudden emotion or the strong emotion. So whenever you express the emotion, that particular sentence will come under your exclamatory. Now to analyze these types of sentences, we have to go through few examples. So from that examples, we will understand each type of sentences. So the first one is, will you wait here? So, will you wait here? It is a question that has been asked. So, this sentence is interrogative sentence. Now, the second one, please leave your footwear outside. So, we request the people to leave their footwear outside. Please, okay? So, this is a request. So, this particular type of sentence belong to imperative sentence. See the third example. Where have you been all this while? Okay. Where, this particular word belongs to the question. So this particular sentence is an interrogative sentence. We will not tolerate this. So we will not tolerate this is of course a statement. Okay. This is a normal sentence. So it will come under declarative part. Then see the next example. I am your friend. So this is just a statement that has been given. So this particular sentence will be declarative sentence. See the next one. My sister lives in Mexico. So my sister lives in Mexico is a declarative sentence. So this particular sentence is just a statement. See the next example. What did you do then? So what did you do then means what have you done? So this is an interrogative sentence, asking question. So whenever you ask a question, you will ask with what, how, when and where, how, etc. So this is what. So this sentence is called as an interrogative sentence. And see the last example. Always remember what I told you. So always remember what I told you. So this is giving an advice, or we are giving a command or an order to someone. So that particular sentence is called as imperative sentence. Okay. So these are the few examples where you can understand the different types of sentences. So we will be able to identify the sentence, whether they are declarative sentence, whether they are imperative sentence, whether they are interrogative sentence, or whether they are exclamatory sentence. Now we will see what is your sentence structure. Okay, so we do really have the structure for a sentence. That is how the sentence should appear. That we call it as structure. So here, before going to the structure part, we have to know what is your clause. Clauses are nothing but it is group of words having the subject and verb. Okay, a group of words having the subject and the verb is called as clause. Okay, clause, clause. So here in this verb, okay, here in this verb, it really shows the tense for us. Tense means it will show whether the verb is in present tense, whether the verb is in the past tense, or whether the verb is in the future tense. Okay, so it will show along with the tense. That particular group of words are called as clause. Now we will see three different structure of a sentence. The first one is SVO, and the second one is SVSC, and the third one is SVC. Inside the bracket we have A. A is called as adverb. Okay, now we will see one by one. The first one is SVO. SVO means subject, verb, object. Okay, again I will repeat. SVO means subject, verb, object. So whenever you talk about object, there are two different types of object. One is your direct object and another one is your indirect object. So in your direct object, what we have to do, related to the verb, we should ask the question what or whom. Okay, listen carefully. So if your direct object means along with the verb, okay, from the verb we should ask the questions what or whom. But in your indirect object, we have to use to or for what or whom. That is, to what to whom or for what for whom. That question should be asked to the direct object. Okay, that is, in your direct object, you should ask the question what or whom to the verb. Okay, that is the procedure. And in your indirect object, what you have to do, you have to ask the question to what or to whom, for what or for whom, to the direct object. So that question should be asked to the direct object. So for this we have to see one example. So here there is one example. I want. Okay, so here I is the subject, want is the verb. I want what? Okay, we did not mention that is the object that we need. Okay, that is not mentioned. So this type of verb are called as transitive verb because it needs the object to get completed. Because I just want is it is like seeking something, but you did not exactly mention what you need. So this type of verb is called as transitive verb because it needs the object. So now I am converting this example as I want candies. So here I have my subject, I, want is my verb, and the object is candies. So my sentence gets completed with the direct object. Now I am giving an example for indirect object. See the second example. She gave Mary a letter. She gave Mary a letter. She means subject, gave means verb. Here she gave what? Okay, the what question will be answered by a letter. So whenever what is coming, it will belong to the direct object. Okay, as I told you, the direct object will come under the question what. Now what has been come. Okay, now if we have to find out the indirect object. So as I told you, for the direct object, we should ask the question to what or whom, for what or whom. So the letter has been, she gave Mary a letter. To whom? So for to whom, she gave a letter to whom? Okay, she gave Mary a letter. To whom she gave a letter? To whom will be called as your indirect object. So for Mary only that letter has been given. So Mary will be indirect object. So from this example we understand she is the subject, gave is the verb, Mary is the indirect object, and a letter will be the direct object. Okay, so this is the formula that we have to follow. Now the second structure of sentence is SVSC. So C stands for complement. Subject, verb, subject, complement. SVSC. Complement is nothing but it is the complete sentence, or otherwise compliment usually means the nice things about a particular person or a group of people. Okay, so that also will be mentioned as compliment. So here you have to complete the subject. The subject will be completed. Okay, that it should ask the question what. Under the question what, the subject will be completed. We will see one example. I am Indian. So here I is the subject. Am is to be verb. Am, we or as we know, it is a to be verb. To be verb means is, are, were, was, am. These are called as to be verb. So here I am Indian. Indian will be subject complement. Here we have to follow a small magic or a trick. Okay, that is, whenever you want to identify the subject complement, what we have to do, we just have to equate. We have to use the equate symbol, equal to symbol, which means here in this example, I am Indian. I is equal to what? Indian. Okay. So when this has been equated correctly, then that particular word is called as your subject complement. Okay. So I am Indian. So the I itself has been completed. The subject itself has been completed. The subject itself has been complemented. That is, nice things has been talked about the subject. So this particular sentence is called as SVSC, subject verb subject complement. Okay. And the last type of sentence we will see, that is sentence structure, is SVCA. Okay, SVCA means adverb, that is subject verb complement. Before we saw how to complement the subject, here we are going to complement the verb. Subject verb complement, in the bracket I am going to use the adverb. So adverb is nothing but giving a word that qualifies a verb is called as adverb. So whenever you talk about a verb, these questions should be asked. That is, where, when, why, when. So whenever you talk about the sentence SVCA, so you should ask the question where, when, why, how. Okay, these questions should be asked. So for example, I want to go to the store. Okay, I want to go to the store. Now only the word I want is there. Suppose if you want to complete this particular sentence, you can add I want to go to the store. So to go to the store is where. I want to go where? To the store. Okay, you want to go to store. So it will answer the question where. So this particular type of sentence will be called as SVCA. Likewise, Bill lives in London. Bill lives where? In London. Okay, this also is answering the verb in London, where, which is giving the where question, which answers to where question. So this particular sentence is called as SVCA. And see the last example. Carl reads. Okay, so Carl reads for pleasure or for happiness. Okay, or for entertainment. Okay, why Carl is reading? So for her pleasure she is reading. Okay, so why she is reading? So there now the question has been asked as where, why. Okay, that is not where, it is why. The question has been asked why she is reading. So the question will answer Carl reads for pleasure. For happiness, she is reading. Okay, so if your subject verb complement is answering the questions where, when, why, how about the verb. Okay, about the verb. That is, it should explain only about the verb. Then this type of sentence structure is called as SVCE. Okay, so the three types of sentence structures are, the first one is SVO, the second one is SVSE, and the third one is SVCE. Okay, hope you all understood what is your sentence and know the definition of a sentence, and we saw what are the types of sentence, that is declarative, imperative, interrogative and exclamatory, and finally we saw what are the three different types of sentence structure. That is, the first one is SVO, the second one is SVSC, and the third one is SVCA. Okay, so hope you all understood this particular grammar portion. So if you have any doubts, you can ask in the online classes. Kindly learn, students. Have a nice day.